Now.
It's 7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. Time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico.
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck.
Well, you get to shuffle rosters quite a bit in the NBA yesterday, somewhat significantly, in fact.
We're going to get into that and how it's going to affect the run to the postseason and then the postseason. Richard Pitino met the press yesterday. He's still deciding stuff. And you got a Mountain West team in the Final Four. Everything, well, not everything. Something you wanted. What's good, y'all? And Merry Friday. A championship Friday for those who run, a high school football Friday for those who play high school football, and a big weekend for those of you, us, all of us, who have a bracket to somewhat consider. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. Got a lot going on, man.
Definitely. It's exciting to be here in the midst of all this over the last few months, what we've been running down. Trade deadline got really interesting, got a huge weekend on deck here locally as well. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Start you off with the trade deadline in the NBA, and Aaron Gordon goes to the Nuggets. I think it's, for me, and maybe it's because it's the biggest name, but it feels like it's a team that needed to do something and I think made an impact. I mean, an impact move. Here's a team, again, if you recall, was playing in the Western Conference Finals last year and lost a piece or two along the way. I think this is I don't know if it puts them over the hump. I don't know that it gets them over a healthy Laker team. But if the Lakers aren't healthy, it puts them in the mix, and why not?
Yeah, there's a weakness in the force with the Lakers right now, and the assumption is, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, they're going to be back. I'm counting on LeBron James. I'm not so sure about Anthony Davis. So that's the team that you got to go after. And the same thing with the Los Angeles Clippers. As good as Kawhi Leonard and Paul George is, what are they going to look like in the postseason after what happened last year? And the top is good, man. There's depth. There's Phoenix. There's Utah. There's teams you can't overlook. But I love the Nuggets going after it because you have Jokic, you have Jamal Murray, you have a team that's shown you they can go on a run even though they had to do the most ridiculous thing ever, win 2 series down 3-1 last year in the playoffs. But this Aaron Gordon was a piece that they didn't have because Jeremy Grant was a big part of their defensive rotation last year. He signed with Detroit in the offseason, and Gordon's that type of player. You can guard pretty much 3 through 4, can play small ball 5, stretch the floor, but really it's about having that body to throw at a Paul George, a Kawhi Leonard, a LeBron James, because you're not going to just stop those guys, but at least you have someone that can kind of match them because they didn't really have anyone on the roster that did. And the Nuggets have done a fantastic job over the last few years of drafting young talent. And they're in a position where now you can use some of those guys as assets. Okay, Michael Porter Jr. kind of came on. He became a piece. You can see him being the number 3. But R.J. Hampton was a guy that wasn't going to get in the rotation anytime soon, but was highly thought of. They landed him in the draft. They used him as part of this trade. So it's a great situation to be in where you do have young talent you've developed, and now you can use some of those guys to acquire some pieces to help you try to win right now.
Yeah, I look at this whole thing, and I think Utah's really nice, and I think Phoenix is really nice, and the Lakers are obviously what the Lakers are, and the Clippers are good. The Lakers are the best team when their 2 big stars are healthy. They're not. And to sit here and just blanketly assume that would be a little bit irresponsible. Now, my gut tells me that they're going to be ready for the playoffs, but how healthy? And does a re-injury hurt something along the way? So then you throw the Nuggets, the Jazz, the Suns, and I'm going to throw the Clippers into that same bowl because JJ, the Clippers haven't won anything. And while we sit here and talk about Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and that's great, they didn't do anything. And so I'm not ready just to throw them into a championship belt. To me, they're in the same soup as everybody else. And it's a rich soup. It's a hearty soup. It's a really, really good. But if you're going to sit here and say, let me watch the Suns, in no particular order, right? The Suns and the Nuggets and the Clippers and the Lakers when they're not healthy and Utah battle it out, like I'm in. And especially after watching the moves that were made yesterday. Clippers get Rondo, which, okay, playoff Rondo was pretty good, was he not? Playoff Rondo was a difference maker last year, don't you think?
Yes, he was. And that is why one of those teams in L.A. went back to get him.
Yeah, and let me throw Portland in there because I think Portland could be in that mix too. So it gets really intriguing and good for the Nuggets to go out and make that move.
Yeah, it's exciting. It was something that over the last few days really jumped up, and you're like, the Nuggets going to be in that conversation. And once you realize that Orlando was in straight fire sale mode, yeah, it was. When they moved Vucevic, they moved Fournier, Aaron Gordon. I don't know if anyone was able to save Terrence Ross in this situation. I think he's still stuck in Orlando, but I think it was a strong move for the Nuggets because it was just a piece they didn't have, and it's another body on the perimeter that you have to throw against the top teams in the West.
What'd they give up? Picks and.
Yeah, so it was Gary Harris, salary dump. He's been hurt. R.J. Hampton, who's like the big prospect in it, going back to Orlando, and future picks.
All right, good for that. I mean, it's win now. Kyle Lowry stays in Toronto. So the way I looked at it is the winner there is the Brooklyn Nets, because to the conversation we had yesterday, if Kyle Lowry goes to Philly, now you're starting to think who's the best team in the East. I think you think with that roster, Brooklyn is, but you watch what Philly's doing. Man, can they do it? Can they make a move? Kyle Lowry really would have made them legitimate contenders against the Nets. I think they still are. But you add a piece like that, who's a championship caliber point guard, who is still playing at a pretty good level. To me, that move not getting made, the Nets are winners. Yeah,
I think that's a good point in this. I was surprised Kyle Lowry didn't move, but I also understand from the Raptors' standpoint is he's not on an expiring contract yet. He's got one more year left on his deal, I believe, and that's become the face of the franchise. Yeah, everyone knows about Vince Carter, but now Kyle Lowry is the guy that's been there the longest of anyone who's won a championship. He's atop the record book in so many things, so you just don't want to give him away for nothing. And so I understand that from a Raptors perspective of a player of that caliber that can tilt the balance, and you wonder what the price tag was then. Were the picks just not good enough? Were the players not good enough? Because the one team that it sounds like was close out of nowhere was the Los Angeles Lakers. And if it ended up being just Horton Tucker that they didn't want to give up, then that's a huge failure on the Los Angeles Lakers not to make that move, because that dude's not taking over in 3 or 4 years as a mega piece of your franchise. But it just seems like the Raptors held out pretty high, knowing that, hey, we have an asset that people think is going to tip the balance of a championship team. If you want him, then you really got to give us something. All right, and then the other piece is Miami, and I don't know if you all remember that Miami played the NBA Finals last year. They were the team the Lakers played in the finals. Watched them in their new floor last night, or is new floor, their matching floor and uniform. That's of all of them, Utah's secondary floor and uniform combination is interesting. The whole Miami light pink to baby blue fading floor and uniform thing is weird in my eyes. Anyway, they get 3 players. They give up Oladipo and don't give up a draft pick, and they get 3 pieces. Miami made a move. I don't know if they contend, but I didn't think they were going to contend last year. Yeah, like Oladipo is a perfect fit for them. He's still coming off that injury. He's a guy that he's similar to Jimmy Butler in terms of style of play. Defensive guy on the perimeter, can get you some buckets. So I think he'll fit in nicely. But the biggest loser in all this ultimately ends up being the Houston Rockets, because you got Kelly Olynyk and Chris Silva. Well, not Chris. I think Chris Silva was dealt in a different move. But you get Kelly Olynyk and what ultimately for James Harden? Yeah. Like, you got nothing for trading the superstar of your franchise. You could have had Karis LeVert, Jarrett Allen ultimately out of that trade, and end up with Kelly Olynyk. That's right. And he's got Gonzaga in his pool, by the way, to win the whole thing. Yes. And the Lakers not making a move surprised me. I just, with everything that's going on there, and then the noise that started bubbling up around Kyle Lowry, and again, to your point on the assets that the Lakers had to move, I don't know what it was, what they were trying to do. You talked about protecting a young player, which you sit there and you go, okay, but that's the guy that they're trying to protect. I thought that they needed to make a move just because of the injury situation. And maybe they do. The Andre Drummond talk is still there, and it's bubbling, and it's the the buyout market and all that. But I was surprised they did nothing. Even going after another veteran backcourt player, but the buyout market is where the Lakers are going to live. And you could see someone return to LA that opted out of the return to Avery Bradley. It sounds like he could be a buyout candidate after being moved from Miami, which would make sense for him to go back to Los Angeles. Andre Drummond as well, because we saw last year how good Dwight Howard was at times. Andre Drummond's not as good of a defender as Dwight, but he's just that same mold. Like, he's just a big dude inside that's going to be a problem. And I think you need a piece like that to have on your roster at times, because that dude's not going to be Marc Gasol.
All right. Got a bunch to do. We'll get through it if you want more on the NBA. Here's how to get into us today. 505-246-0610. That's area code 505-246-0610. Emails are coming in. Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. That's Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On the Twitter, _JJ Buck. Facebook, the OD in the AM. We're going to get into the NIT. You got a Final Four team out of the Mountain West, huh? That's right. Just like you planned. The Lon Kruger announcement I thought was interesting yesterday. The World Golf Challenge match play competition is really fun to watch. A little NFL stuff as well. Come join us on a Friday. Play radio with us. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Just getting started with Rich Eisen has
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened?
Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and
Top seed Colorado State will play top-seeded Memphis. 65-61, Rams beat North Carolina State. Memphis knocked out Boise State 59-56. Cody Toppert and the Memphis Tigers will be in the semifinals of the NIT. So Memphis and Colorado State play each other. Mississippi State, a 4 seed, beat Richmond 68-67 to advance. They will play another 4 seed, Louisiana Tech, who beat fellow Conference USA brethren Western Kentucky 72-65. 4 good games in the NIT actually yesterday.
Yeah, how about Kenneth Lofton Jr.? Not the Kenny Lofton that you'd think he is, but that dude is deceptive on the basketball court because it looks like he might be playing defensive tackle on Louisiana Tech, yet who's one of the standout members of the basketball team. And shout out to Colorado State. I think next year you're looking at the preseason favorites in the Mountain West Conference. You know, if you bring back more Roddy and Stevens, that core is very good. Nice to see them go on a little bit of a run. And thought it would be the toughest game yesterday, and it turned out to be Memphis just edging out Boise State by 3.
Yeah, that was, and that went down to the wire too. You had both Mountain West teams advancing. I believe I had Colorado State advancing and Memphis beating Boise State, which is the way it went down. Good teams. I guess I'm going to tap the brakes on who I think is the favorite next year because of the transfer portal. Like, you'd like to believe guys are sticking around, especially after having some success, and I'm going to guess Nico Medved's there. But I have no idea. I mean, with this transfer portal being just like a freaking pickup game, all right, dude, we just won, but I'm going to play with Micah next game. And, I mean, you just don't know. But pretty nice performance by Colorado State. Tight game throughout. They finished the thing off late. Roddy had 16 and 11. He was terrific. Stevens had 18 points. And the Rams move on. Memphis is nice. And this is actually a really good matchup because Memphis was in it with Boise State the whole time. Memphis just won this game down the stretch. Boise State had a little bit of a lead midway through through the second half, and then it was really just Memphis making plays down the stretch.
Yeah, and it's something you see out of this Memphis team. They have a couple guys that returned. You weren't sure what this team was going to look like initially with Peter Hardaway. They have some nice consistency early in the program, and saw some of those guys really step up in the backcourt. I think Boise State's up there on this. They went on a nice run, but that's a team that you really have a lot of questions because I think all of a sudden, because of where they finish and kind of the run that they've gone on the last few years, you have more people. You have a lot more people paying attention to basketball in Boise, Idaho, and that means there's a lot more pressure on the coach. Now, they're not making a move, but I think there's a lot more pressure on Leon Rice. Just the fans going, all right, is this guy going to be able to get it done? So you wonder, is a run like this enough to get some of those people back on board because of the way they finished the season? We'll see, but he's done a good job when it comes to meshing the transfers and development, and they're going to have a few pieces to fill moving forward.
I think he's done a nice job making them relevant in this league. I'm not sure that's satisfactory to anybody, just being relevant in your league, right? But the Boise State basketball was an afterthought. They did basketball because, well, that's what comes after football. Right, that's what they did up there. I'm at the point, Leon Rice's name is mentioned for every job in the Western United States. It feels like, and certainly in the Northwest. Are they team talk a lot? Are they coach talk a lot? What do they do? No, honestly.
There's an element of that with the way that Leon Rice acted this season. What happened, not just right off the bat, to start the year, the challenges with the New Mexico series, but then in the final week of the season when everyone was pointing fingers at everyone else, but not themselves when you lose to Fresno State at home when you're NCAA tournament life is on the line. You got to survive in those games to stay on the bubble. But it's one that I think Leon Rice would jump to get out of there, but I don't think he's in a position where he's going to get one of these jobs. I do think when we look at the coaches in the Mountain West that could potentially still move, it's Nico Medved and Craig Smith, because Craig Smith's still in the running at
name's
Utah.
up for every job. Yeah, now I saw his name up for the Oklahoma job yesterday. Craig Smith's name seems to be up for every job. He's up for the Utah job. His name was on the list for the Minnesota. And I say his name was on the list. I mean, I don't know if his name was on the official list. Every media list that comes out, Craig Smith's name seems like it's on, I mean, for every job. And I get it. And, for those two guys in particular, they should strike when the iron's hot. It's kind of the Tim Miles thing, right? He struck when the iron was hot, and he went out and got paid. Now, it didn't work for him at Nebraska, and I get it. Now he's trying to get back in, and I think at some point Tim Miles will get back in with all the noise, and obviously everything isn't settled yet. And I would think if Colorado State, if Nico Medved left, I think Tim Miles would probably be up for that Colorado State job, right? I think he might even be up for the Boise State job if Leon Rice left, or maybe even the Utah State job if Craig Smith left. But I think those guys, they should strike when it's hot, because it's fleeting in this league. It's hard. You get a good group like Muss did. Muss got a great group of transfers, and he parlayed it to the Arkansas job. His name was up for Minnesota. He's going to be able to do what he needs to do, and he got paid. Tim Miles did. It almost feels to me like Leon Rice's window is closed. Like if you're whatever you think the next step up is, whether it's a Pac-12 team, whether it's a Big Ten team, whatever it is you think the next step is, and your team, like Oklahoma, right? They're looking for a coach right now. What excites you as an Oklahoma fan more, Leon Rice or Craig Smith?
I think the guy that's just coming off what would have been back-to-back NCAA tournaments and the run that he's gone on at Utah State. So I'm with you. I think Leon Rice is kind of phased out of that window of opportunity, and it's something that I look at it, and you're right. You if you're a coach that wants to climb that ladder, you take that next step. I think Leon Rice has built something nice. Like Boise State's still going to be a competitive program, but I think he's kind of out of that window. And the one that really does intrigue me is Craig Smith in Utah. Like that makes a ton of sense.
No,
we've seen universities stay in state and have success. When you look at Mark Pope coming from Utah Valley over to BYU, Craig Smith, and this would be the perfect time for him because you're losing the anchor of that team most likely. Right. Do you think Cade is coming back to his fourth year, or he's finally going to make that jump and start playing professional basketball?
I think he wants that job badly. And I wouldn't blame him. I mean, it pays more. It's the Pac-12 now. I mean, it's going to piss people off. Don't get me wrong. It's Paul Weir, right? It's going from little brother to big brother in a lot of respects. But if he's got that opportunity, I think he's got to take it. I just if that's your goal, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that's why Steve Alford left, because I think it might have been a little bit different in his case because it was UCLA. But if you're going to sit here and tell me at some point you want to hit that big payday, you want to hit that $2+ million a year job that secures your family for the rest of your life, their life, then you got to strike when the iron's hot. And Steve did. I think Brian Dutcher probably took a look at it with Minnesota, although he's got a pretty sweet gig. But, Muss did. Going from Nevada. Mark Fox did before that, right? From Nevada to Georgia, right? I mean, it didn't work, but you take that opportunity. And I just wonder if Leon Rice's window's closed on that. I just don't know how exciting a hire, how you sell that to a fan base. And the answer is, well, I mean, he created something out of nothing. Boise State basketball was, like I said, it was that next progression because football ended. We got to go do something, right? But no, honestly, but to me, if I'm Oklahoma and I'm not saying Oklahoma's looking at any of them, maybe they are, but if I'm looking at one of these coaches in the Mountain West, who interests me right now? It's Craig Smith. It's Nico Medved. It probably isn't Leon Rice.
I agree with you on that one. It feels like he's just kind of shifted past that window of, being a candidate in some of these searches. And when it opened up yesterday, Oklahoma's a very intriguing job. They've definitely, what Lon Kruger did, having success, showing that, yes, indeed, if you're very successful at football, you can then put resources into basketball and be a competitor in a power conference league. And how about what that athletic department has to do? Their women's basketball coach also retired the week before. It was a very amazing resume as well. So open positions at Oklahoma.
Yeah, they've got resources, and they'll be able to figure that out. There, a lot of the names I saw, Kyle Keller at Stephen F. Austin, who was supposedly up for this job. Abilene Christian's coach, North Texas's coach. So you're seeing, a lot of the regional stuff. Guys who, North Texas beat Purdue in the NCAA tournament. Stephen F. Austin has had success. Abilene Christian's in the Sweet 16, and I guess he's got ties to Oklahoma as well, to the school. Obviously, they're in state, but he's coached the Big Ten, or in the Big 12, so they've got ties there. But yeah, that's an interesting job. Do you think Lon Kruger ends up on his son Kevin's staff at UNLV? Does he end up like, whether it's a volunteer head coach or a assistant to the head coach position? Do you think he ends up on that bench?
I don't know if he ends up on the staff, but he'll probably be on the staff without officially being on the staff. Because he said he's going back to be with the family.
He's going back to Vegas.
So
yeah, he's moving back to
he'll
Vegas.
He'll be around the program like crazy. I think it'll be he'll be that special assistant without actually signing anything official. Probably it's always around on the sideline.
One of the nice guys in basketball. 45 years he coached the NBA and college basketball, and won 674 games. Went to 20 NCAA tournaments, 2 Final Fours, and one of 3 coaches to lead 5 different programs to the NCAA tournament. You know the other 2, right? One of them was in this week, or last week.
Rick Pitino.
That's right. You know who the other one is? Tubby Smith. Tubby Smith. Right, at Minnesota, at Texas Tech, at Kentucky. I couldn't tell you the other ones on Tubby, though. Could you?
No.
No, but he took 5, which is impressive. All right, 505-246-0610. Alden, who I didn't even know who that dude was. Like honestly.
Wow.
I looked on the screen. I'm like, who's producing on ProView today? I heard they hired new dudes. I guess one of the new guys is that's why the screen's black. I'm like, one of the new guys doesn't know what he's doing. He's looking around for cables or stuff. Like, who is that dude? Fresh. I mean, you talk about a freshie. When was the last time you had a haircut before yesterday? Was it? 1926. Like, when was it?
That hair was flowing.
Yeah, it was terrific. Mike is still here, by the way.
Yeah. So my last haircut was June actually of 2019 was my last haircut when Jason was getting married.
All right.
That was the last time. That was the last time I had my haircut.
That's when Josh kind of trimmed his beard up a little bit too.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Josh. Me and Josh were on. Yeah. We both got our haircuts for the wedding. So
yeah. So who's getting married this weekend? Yeah, okay.
Not
good.
me,
Everybody's
that's for
quiet.
sure.
Yeah, that's the truth. All right, and it's not Micah's last day. I'm getting all kinds of Micah last day emails. It's not your last day, right? Not that you know of?
You, they haven't told me nothing.
All right, so we don't know squat on that. 505-246-0610. I don't know. Bring a cake if you want. It's the opening drive. You can come on and play radio with us.
Well, there's one thing we do know for sure as we try to figure everything else out. Let me tell you about F45 trading. F45 trading is a mix of high-intensity trading, circuit trading, classes, and just 45-minute sessions. I am enjoying this gym, and you will too. Check them out, f45training.com. Download the F45 app. It's a new class every single day. It's stuff that's going to help push your mind and body forward. If you're looking to kickstart your fitness or challenge yourself to get to another level, F45 is for you. It is built for different fitness levels. You can be someone that hasn't done circuit training, isn't really used to high intensity training. You can come in and complete the classes. There's different weights, there's different tempos you can use, and there's certified trainers there every step of the way to help you with these classes. The environment is great. They clean before and after classes. You have sanitizing wipes with you to quickly wipe down your equipment, so you can just focus on your workout in a good atmosphere and get the best out of your 45 minutes. They have a 45-day challenge starting this weekend, and don't worry, they do multiple challenges throughout the year. So if you're not able to get in on this one, get in the next one, because it's extra accountability. And I'm looking forward to this because I definitely need it right now. They're going to help you with your nutrition. They're going to give you daily meal plan ideas. They're going to work with you to motivate you a little bit more than just showing up to class. You're going to get extra communication. And of course, for those that are really successful, not just are you going to feel better about yourself, be healthy, there's prizes at the end. So there's that extra reward as well. So F45 has a ton of things for you. Classes 7 days a week. Check them out, f45training.com. Download the F45 app to sign up for your 7-day free trial so you can get in there and check out the classes. They're still managing class size. You got to be safe overall. So you just go in there, focus on your workout, and that's what it's all about. They're located at 5920 Holly Northeast, so it's really good access, Paseo and I-25. I'm enjoying it. You will too. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too
their final practice, and she's like, damn, Dad, this is state. And you know, as a freshman, her goal was, you set goals, right? But then when you achieve goals, it's like anybody else, right? You make more. And all summer, when I told you she was out the door, we would start the show, and she was out the door running these hills up here at 7 o'clock in the morning, and just devastated, like all the kids were when everything got canceled, days before it all started in September. And she kept training in hopes. And I told you the stories. Dad, it's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. I know it. And it finally did. And she's a freshman. And she's competing in one of the best programs in the state. And her goal, I just want to make varsity, Dad. That'd be really cool. I said, all right, babe, I think you can. If you're a JV as a freshman, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You know that, right? But yes, go, like, you can do this. And she did. And she earned her spot on the varsity team. And then so what's your next? She's like, I just want a letter, Dad. I want to get to districts, and I want a letter. Okay. So a couple weeks ago, she earned her way onto the district team. She qualified at a meet, and she earned her way onto districts. And she's like, Dad, I hope we win district. And she pointed as a freshman, and they won district by 1 point. It was Academy's 5th straight district championship, and she's part of it now. Right now, as a freshman with these upper class, now her point mattered. They won by a point, and it mattered. And she's like, I just want to go. Now I just want to qualify for state. And so she's in, and I said, look, man, these are the best runners in the state. This one, go enjoy this, because odds are you're going to be back here, hopefully, right? Knock on my head, the next 3 years. Go out and enjoy this experience. Run the best race you can run. I keep telling her two things, JJ. I tell her, A, you belong here, because that's one of the biggest things. She's still somewhat starstruck that she's a freshman competing in something that she's watched her whole life, right? She's in the state tournament or state championship. I said, you belong. Nothing was given. I talked to Adam Kedge, the cross country coach at the Academy. He says, let me just tell you, she earned it. I don't give out freebies. She absolutely earned it. And I said, secondly, you're prepared. You've been doing this since June. You've been doing this for almost a full year, getting ready for this moment. You belong, and you're prepared. So go out and enjoy it. Be part of a team. I said, babe, you're not going to win today. You're a freshman, and your time's up. But go out and compete. Run your best race.
Maddie.
Yeah, no doubt. And so I'm excited, man. It's one of those dad moments where let me just tell you, I didn't earn my varsity letter when I was a freshman. I'll promise you that. She's doing incredible things, and I don't know if I didn't mean to eat this whole story up with my kid, but it's a lesson in what I think athletics is and why it's so important. This is a child, and JJ, when she was in 6th grade, they did PE groups, right? A, B, C, and D, and I remember They test you by running the mile, throwing a baseball, standing long jump, and push-ups or something. And so she got put in the D group. And she's like, Dad, I'm not an athlete. And basically it was a shaming thing. Everybody knew, and you got shamed. And I'm like, babe, yeah, you are. Can those kids hit a golf ball like you can? Well, no. Can they score 3 goals in lacrosse like you did last weekend? Can they even catch a lacrosse ball or throw it? No. Oh, you are. But in her mind, and she had to go through that experience. So she took, this summer between 6th and 7th grade, took a plyometrics class. And her goal was to get in shape and not be in that D group the next year. And I remember picking her up from school that day in 7th grade that they had PE testing. And she's like, well, PE testing today, Dad. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, I'm not in the D group. And I'm like, sweet, babe. See, she's like, I'm in the A group. And she got, she just kept making goals. And it gave her something to prove. And that's why she took this up. She wants to prove it. She wants to be able to have that Letterman's jacket. And it motivated her. She went out and made a varsity lacrosse team for the state runner-up team as an 8th grader and started, and then COVID hit. But the self-esteem that it gave her, JJ, was something that was absolutely tangible, and it's why I so firmly believe in athletics and what it can do for a young person's self-esteem, work ethic, confidence, responsibility, everything that we preach about it. I've watched right in front of my eyes in real life, and I'm so excited for her.
Yeah, that's a great story, and there's so many of those that we're going to get to see play out this weekend, and it goes back to our conversation with Brandon Back, a Loquavo football coach, and he talks about the difference between like sport and a game, and the importance sport can have for people in their lives, and especially young student athletes, to help them focus with everything, the team mindset, goal oriented, etc. And you're seeing that play out, and it's just good to see these high school students across the board getting this opportunity this weekend with state cross country meets. We're seeing at least some high level football games being played. Basketball is here. Soccer's going on. It's fun to see.
Yeah, I'm going to go out and watch El Dorado La Cueva tonight, and I'm really just looking forward to being out. Alden, which game are you going to where are you guys? Because I know you're going to be all over the place tonight too, but I'll be out at that one tonight. I just looking forward to that atmosphere. And just going out and being part of it, and all the kids and all the parents who are going out to competitions today, enjoy it, man. Do you remember wearing the uniform? Jay, do you remember how much fun it was? I don't know, were you the guy? Because I would wear my Little League uniform all day. If we played at 8:30 in the morning, I was wearing it at 7:30 at night, and it was filthy. And I ran around, and if we played at 4:30 in the afternoon, I was wearing it at 8:30 in the morning. And I couldn't walk off a field if it was clean. I slid into home plate once because it was the 6th inning and I hadn't got my uniform dirty. It was a bases loaded walk, and I was on third base, and I slid into home because my uniform, I hadn't dirtied it yet.
Too clean.
I wasn't walking off the field with a clean uniform. But just the district meet was last Friday, and just watching her with the pride wearing the uniform. And yesterday when they had a pancake breakfast after practice at one of the senior boys' house, and she got Coach Kedge got them masks, that said Academy Cross Country and State on it, and she's like, look at my cool mask, Dad, and she's just pumped, and like the genuine excitement that all these kids are feeling today. I was talking to a couple friends, parents of athletes who are competing in that meet as well and playing football, and they're all going through the same thing. And I know there's parents listening right now and have their stories, and I can't wait till you experience it. I've told you more than anything as a kid, I miss Little League, but being a dad watching your kid play I can't even explain it, man. It's
like you said, enjoy it. This is a great moment to kind of have that focus. Yeah, it's competition. You're going out there to win something, but definitely enjoy it because there was a time we didn't know when we were going to get it back.
Yeah. And that's like, remember when we had Yvonne Sanchez on 2 days ago talking about the Sweet 16, and I just, enjoy it. Take a second. That's what I told her, man. And take it in, but take a second and take a deep breath and look around you and realize what you've earned and how cool this is. And the beauty for me is I get to see it because I had LASIK back in 2003. I don't need to put on my glasses so I can see from afar. I can just put on some shades, lift them up, I can see, and that's because Dr. Stephen Coleman fixed my astigmatism, which I had a high degree of astigmatism. I had LASIK at Coleman Vision back in 2003. Still, here in 2021, here I am being able to see and enjoy everything. I don't wear lenses. I don't wear glasses. And if you think you are a candidate for LASIK, there is only one doctor to call. That's Dr. Stephen Coleman. For years, patients have come from all over the country to have their LASIK done right here in Albuquerque at Coleman Vision because they know Dr. Coleman's reputation. He is known around the world, and he's in on the technology originated at Siembieda Labs here in New Mexico that is being developed and used all over the world. Look, if you're thinking that you are a candidate for LASIK, I can't recommend Dr. Coleman and Coleman Vision strongly enough. I went in there, had my surgery. I was anchoring the news the next morning at 5 o'clock with no lenses. It was immediate, and it's been life-changing. And by the way, there's no better people than the people over at Coleman Vision and Dr. Coleman and Ann. 505-821-8880 is the number. 505-821-8880. That's how you can call and make your appointment. Take a look at them online, colemanvision.com. Look, seeing is believing, and I believe.
Tax season can be a big headache.
How was that segue?
Steal personal info from your tax
Beautiful.
forms. LifeLock helps protect, monitor, and restore your identity. No one
Sorry about that, dude. I didn't mean to eat that.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
A rogue virus. No jobs. Sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Hayes. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Tucson, Arizona.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Greg Martinez. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Hi, I'm Marilena Fernandez. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
The New Mexico Army National Guard is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school athletics.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a
Today, he says, as a dad, he says, I'm besides myself. Just listened to your story and teared up. Thanks. It's the greatest thing ever, man. Just wait. Just wait, JJ. It's
yeah,
cool.
Tonight I'm headed back up norte, back up to New Mexico Highlands.
All right. Cool.
We back.
So good trip. Yeah, it's a good trip for you, man. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. I got goodbye, Micah John. Goodbye, Micah John. Jeffrey in Juan Jose, it feels like you should be playing Cradle in the Wind. Is this a Crusher Costco cake day? It's not Micah's last day. I don't know when it is, dude. Have you started your new job yet?
I've begun training, but I don't know if they need me for another week with you guys. I emailed the boss just now, so we'll see.
It's going to be like my last day at Channel 13 where I thought it was Friday, and I got off the set on Thursday. They said, yeah, why don't you take tomorrow off?
Right? No, you don't have to come in tomorrow.
After the show, he's going to email me after the show and be like, yeah, today was your last day. Wow, come on.
Yeah, that's good. Well, you're going to come back on and do your proper goodbye. We haven't played this game in a while. Jeremy sent time for another edition of JJ Buck. Ooh. Get off my lawn. He says, Jeff, or get off my rocks. Jeff, it's amazing on social media when you post something like a map or a table, how many people don't know how to read those anymore. It's pretty scary. Do people not know how to look at a map? What? I don't know.
I'm a little confused. Would you just posted a random map on social media? Like, here's a picture of a map?
I imagine. Have you ever had to fold up a map? Like, Micah, do you know what a map is? Like a physical... Yeah. All right. You ever buy one of those maps at a store and actually have to fold one back? back up. Like pull out a
Train
map.
West Las Vegas how to stream some games. Oops, I guess.
All right. Well, there's a map. So if you had to get a map out to go to West Las Vegas, right?
West Las Vegas,
dude. All right. Thank you. If you had to pull out a map, have you ever done that? Mike, have you ever had to pull out a map?
Yes, when I was very young.
JJ?
I've lived in the map generation. I'm in that unique phase where I've done the maps, I've done the Google printouts, and then I've been able to morph into map on my phone. I have that experience.
That's what my dad would do. Is he would go on Google and print out each direction list by list, and I'd have to read it off for him. I'm like, oh, turn left here.
Yeah, MapQuest and Google Maps. Yes, I used to do that all the time when I would go on trips, and probably when I was doing this job, probably when I started with the New Mexico Bowl, the first 5, 6, 7 years, I would you're driving. Okay, how do I get from the airport to the hotel to the stadium, whatever. I was printing out those things. But I remember like Thomas guides. Thomas guides would come out, and they were like in metropolitan areas, and you'd have to look up in the back like there was an index. Where do I want to go? And then it would be like page 72 in block 4B, and then you'd have to come 4 down from the top and B over from the side and figure out where it is, and then map your way in. You don't remember Thomas guides?
No.
All right. Those were good maps. Those were like the maps in a book where you didn't have to fold the damn things up and. All right.
You don't have this like 6x6 map in front of you, like. Yeah, all right, so we go from the Suez Canal over here to
it's a damn poster, and then you got to fold the thing up. Nobody could fold a map. Nobody could fold a map. All right, you were on Richard Pitino's press conference yesterday, right?
I was.
I saw you there. I was there for a minute. Then I had another call. I had a call at 12:05, so I had to go take it. You want to get into what he had to say a little bit when we come back?
Yeah.
It's the opening drive. On ProView Networks at 95.9 FM at AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Coach, he'll be a new coach, I guess, until he coaches a few games. Just cruising around, putting his phone in, no maps. He doesn't need one of those Thomas guides or one of those big old unfoldable maps. He got his phone to map his way around. Richard Pitino's learning his new city, his new hood, getting used to his new office and new people. It's the opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Yesterday, Richard Pitino met with the media, just a Zoom call. It's kind of a weekly thing, which is one of the things that I think you've already met with Richard. We've had talked to Richard Pitino more between the press conference, him being on our show, and yesterday, probably more than we talked to Paul all season, right?
Yeah.
I mean, probably more than we talked to the last head coach in the entire 3 months, if you exclude post-game press conferences. And I don't know by much. But he's out and trying to make a rapport. He's talked about how I haven't lost a game yet, and there's a honeymoon period. But still working his way through staff and players. What was the biggest theme you got out of listening to Richard yesterday?
The biggest thing was, hey, how y'all doing? I got nothing for you.
Yep.
And it's just being patient with the process. To find out the team has had 2 workouts this past week with the players that are around. He said that there's a good level of excitement, and he's just spending this time getting to know the players. Says he doesn't want to force anything. He wants the players to focus on, of course, finishing out this semester, doing the things they need to do on the school side, and this process will play out over the next few weeks.
There is no immediate deadline, right, as far as transfer portal. I mean, we watched guys this last year go in September. So this thing is going to be incredibly fluid, and I say that because you look at there is a roster right now. There is a core of roster of guys that are still here. I don't know that you can read into any of that one way or another. That means that they're staying, that they're going, aside from the 5 guys that started last year on the roster, announcing or going into the transfer portal. Other than that, I don't know that you can read into anybody that absolutely is going to be here. And he talked nicely. He said nice things about the guys who were here. But this is going to be evaluation both on his part and on the player's part. Do I want to be here? Do I want to play for that guy? Do I want to play here?
Yeah, you're right. And that's something that you mentioned in recruiting is everyone's talking about, all right, what players are going to be here? Who are you going to bring in? And this is going to go on all summer long. There's still teams playing basketball games. There's still decisions to be made by a lot of players. He's got his coaching staff, which he said that he had a couple guys in Minnesota in mind that he might try to bring 1 or 2 of them along with him. And then Ben Johnson, one of his former assistants, got the job at Minnesota. So he said that might impact some of those discussions potentially with a couple of those guys sticking around in Minnesota. So there was that. But it was just mainly, he said he's going to be patient about filling out his staff, and then, of course, the roster, because that is 24/7, 365 when it comes to roster movement.
Yeah, I think that more so than that. I think that would be the thing that drove me crazy most about being a college coach in what has evolved, what it's evolved into today, is just you got to love recruiting, I imagine. And I don't know, you've got to be good at it, but you're always recruiting. You're always recruiting. And you always, you got a roster. It used to be you got a guy you think he's going to be here for 4 years, 2 years. Hell, you don't know if he's going to be here tomorrow. And to your point, he's going to have to be very active in the transfer portal. And this is where you rely a lot on your assistants, and I think that's why you'll see some stuff starting to happen next week. Familiarity with names. If you go into the transfer portal, if you look at it, for someone like me, and I'm going to assume like you, it's mind-boggling, right? It's names and stars and heights and weights and former schools, and how you sift through that is connections. Well, I recruited him when I was at Minnesota, or I recruited him when I was at this school, and I got to know him and his family, and oh yeah, no, he could help us, or yeah, no, that's somebody we want to stay away from. I think the constant recruiting, you need a just a dog or two on your staff who have these relationships, because it's not just this recruiting this first time through. You may lose out on a kid to pick your school, and you're back in on them 10 months from now, 2 years from now.
Yeah, and that's, to your point, recruiting was always tough, but now it's even more so. But the challenges are also the benefits of it. And I know every coach will always make a comment about the transfer portal, but every single one of them benefits from it. And so, yeah, it is absolutely challenging, but you can also have a lot of success from it. Guys that, whether it's them wanting to take a step up in competition, going through a coaching change, might need a second chance, all the above, but plenty of opportunities to fill out a roster and find some good players.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you got out of it besides he's just cruising around town, looking at, loves the scenery, thinks it's beautiful. His wife's in Minnesota. He's trying to pull his weight in the move.
Yeah. He's eating out a lot. Says the mask helps him be kind of anonymous right now, which that's quickly going to change. And then, yeah, just checking it out, getting used to the city.
I actually went out to pick up some dinner last night, ran into 3 people I hadn't seen in a long time, which was, and you could tell through the mask. You know who I actually ran into? Former Lobo assistant coach, former, was he Slam or Thunderbirds? John Wisnett. Ran, and I had seen, and his name just came up when Michael Cooper was on with us. I can't recall if it was when I was talking to Coop off the air or on the air, but John Wisnett's name came up, and I saw him yesterday, and I'm like, your name just came up 3 weeks ago. But it was good to see him. He's doing well and looks good. But yeah, just going out yesterday, even with masks, I think I know that dude. I saw 3 people, man. It was like 3 social interactions. It's kind of cool. It's a big deal.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was one outing. Yeah, and by the time I got home, I was like, so is my food cold? Because you know everyone? I'm like, your food's fine.
There's a microwave.
Damn. Eat your food. It's fine. We got to hit on this. I don't want to spend a lot of time because I knew this name simply because the Aggies play Grand Canyon. But this is a just sickening story. Oscar Freyer, who played for Grand Canyon, and he played in the NCAA tournament last week, died Tuesday morning. Car crash, Northern California. He was 23 years old. His sister was in the car. There was a third person named Andrea Moore, also in the vehicle. They were killed. He was a senior. He started. He was a cornerstone for them. Just a tragic accident. Reading through some of the stuff, how it went down, it sounds like a freak accident. One of those things that just rocks a program to its core, and that's a program that from all indications is pretty tight, but obviously starting to have some success. The story is a California Highway Patrol vehicle was struck from behind by the car that Oscar Freyer was in. 2 officers were assisting a stranded vehicle on a highway. It was near Lodi, California, Central California. It was 2:30 in the morning on Tuesday. Freyer's vehicle, the vehicle in which they were in, it hit a tree, became engulfed in flames. The officers had major injuries, but they are both expected to survive. This story makes you sick.
It does, and it brings back, unfortunately, right after the season, Kel Bird. And that tragedy, players just going home, wrapping up the year, and just an incredibly unfortunate accident. And when I saw that news come down the other day, it was like, we just watched this guy play a few days ago in the NCAA tournament. And then this happened.
Yeah, I thought of Markel Bird too. Right after the New Mexico Bowl and died. He was going to San Diego. I thought the same thing. You just never know. Hug him if you got him. He just graduated, was set to go through commencement at Grand Canyon next month, and gone at 23 years old. So condolences certainly to the Grand Canyon family and to those involved in that, but just a sickening story. All right, we're going to get into the NCAA tournament when we get back. JJ, we're back into it tomorrow. Sweet 16, you get 4 games tomorrow. Who do you like? Who don't you like? Going into the weekend, I want to hear from you at 505-246-0610. Your emails coming this morning, Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. You can watch the show. Go to our Facebook page, The OD and The AM. I think that's Alden who's producing. I mean, some guy looks, well, at least sounds like Alden. Doesn't look like him at all, but sounds like, look at that freshie, dude. For those of you who don't know, Alden had these long flowing locks, and this dude came in with this buzz cut this morning, and I'm like, who the hell is the new guy? Why aren't we on the air? Who? Hey, who's the new guy? It's Alden with a freshie. It's like when Micah got his freshie. He didn't look like Trevor Lawrence anymore. It's like, now he got a real job. He got to cut his hair. But you can send the emails, Jeff at 610knml.com or JJ at 610knml.com. Hey, fellas, you feeling sluggish? Not feeling like you? Tired, dealing with maybe a few extra pounds or even erectile dysfunction? You can solve these issues. Look, here's the deal. There's nothing to be ashamed of. As men hit a certain age, things like that are natural. But you can beat nature and call new male. You're regularly tired, maybe, dealing with the ED, low T. New Male's helping men all over the country deal with these things and feel better. They lead the way. They are the originators when it comes to testosterone replacement therapy. They are the originators when it comes to this part of men's health. And that's why so many people have followed them, copied them. Don't go to a fake. Go to the people who started this and have continued to be on the cutting edge, and that is New Male. 505-652-1688 or visit Newmale, NUMALE.com. Fellas, New Male's convenient. They're right here in Albuquerque. The process is easy. It starts with your first phone call, and it's comfortable all the way through the treatment. New Male guides you through the process. But the best part of this whole thing is the results are absolutely real. You're going to notice a difference. You are going to feel better. You're going to feel like you again. Don't put it off. Take care of you. Visit newmail.com or call 505-652-1688 and feel better.
With Merrill Guided Investing, you have the option to work with an advisor at a low cost and minimum.
When you're in a hurry, Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Breeze is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Hayes. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Tucson, Arizona.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Greg Martinez. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Hi, I'm Marilena Fernandez. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
The New Mexico Army National Guard is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school athletics.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your
I'd encourage people who don't know much about the Summit League, go back and look at the last decade. The league is number 1 in three-point field goal percentage, number 1 in two-point field goal percentage, number 1 in free throw percentage, number 1 in offensive efficiency, and number 1 in effective field goal percentage out of the 32 conferences. It's a really skilled basketball league. And so simply because other people don't know that, when you compare all 32 conferences in those 5 categories, is what it is. I mean, I understand it. People pay a lot more attention to the Big 12s and the Big 10s. So from that standpoint, I'm not surprised. I'd encourage...
That is Paul Mills. No, he is not the commissioner of the Summit League, but he is the head coach of the tournament champions of the Summit League, Oral Roberts, who will play in the Sweet 16, not of the Summit League, of the NCAA tournament tomorrow against Arkansas. 15 seed Oral Roberts against Eric Musselman and the Razorbacks out of the big bad SEC. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. J.J. numbers don't lie. And you can use numbers to tell any story and make any point you want. The Summit League might or might not. I'm going to guess they do. I didn't cross-check his information. I'm going to assume he's right. It doesn't make them the best league in America. If they lead the nation in those percentages and those categories, good for you. That's wonderful. It's not a bad league. It's a nice league. Bottom line is, this is a crazy run that nobody outside of Oral Roberts' immediate family, basketball family, saw coming. I don't even think anybody in the Summit League did.
Not at all. It is the Cinderella story of the tournament. It is fantastic. The second 15 seed to advance this far, and we've seen it both in the last decade. You go back to Dunk City, Florida Gulf Coast, when they went on their run, and I don't think it's over. I think they are absolutely going to have chances late in the game against Arkansas to win that basketball game. I think that's the kind of run they're on. You have the leading scorer in college basketball to get you buckets. You have the inside presence of O'Banner. I'm picking Arkansas, but it's going to be a difficult time for Arkansas.
I think Arkansas is in a tough game. I think they end up winning the game by about 8-9 points, and it could get into double digits. I think Muss has a week to focus on shutting down. Like, where do you want to get beat? Do you want to get beat inside by O'Banner, or do you shut down the nation's leading scorer? And I think athletically, now look, the teams that they beat athletically were pretty good. You know, Ohio State was good. Florida's good. I think Arkansas, just defense-wise, athlete-wise, might be better than those two teams they beat. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, and it's going to be the best offensive team that they've played so far. Arkansas better offensively than Ohio State and Florida.
Yeah, I agree with that. And so, you know, what first of all, Oral Roberts, to your point, is going to have to shut down the best offense they've seen probably all year, right? And then how do they score with Muss having a week to devise some sort of a defense? I think it ends here, but I would have thought it ended 2 rounds ago also. So it doesn't matter. Do you as you look at the bracket as they are, I mean, we're going to have, whether it's an 8 or a 12 in Loyola or Oregon State advancing to the Elite Eight. You've got the 12 and the 11 in that bracket. That side of the bracket still alive. You're gonna have you've got 3 of your ones still alive: Baylor, Michigan, or Gonzaga. How many, when we hit the Final Four, how many ones do we still have left?
How many one? We have 2.
How many you think it'll be 2? Who do you think it'll be?
Gonzaga and Baylor.
Okay, I'm going to say 1. I think Florida State's going to be Michigan, and I think Arkansas is going to be Baylor. So my original Final Four was Gonzaga, Alabama, Purdue, who got knocked out early, in Illinois. As we go into now, I'm going to say Gonzaga and Alabama, Arkansas. Boy, I have no idea what's coming out of that bottom right. I can make an argument for all of them. Something tells me Syracuse has a crazy, stupid run in them.
Yeah, Syracuse, Oregon State.
I like Loyola.
How
about that?
That one is. Those are the toughest games. I think the best, like USC, Oregon's going to be fantastic.
I think it's great.
I'm on the Syracuse train. Buddy Boeheim, that zone. So I think Syracuse is going to get out there. Loyola and Oregon State. I think Loyola is a better team, but sometimes that doesn't matter at this point in time because can you carry momentum over in these contests?
Loyola's got momentum now. Loyola's got momentum now.
Yeah. Well, what Oregon State's doing too. By the way, this will be the second time Oral Roberts and Arkansas play this season. They played earlier this year. Arkansas 87, ORU 76.
All right. So that's an 11-point game. All right. I'm with Jerry on the game I'm most looking forward to as far as just sheer entertainment. Michigan, Florida State. So here's your lineup. Saturday here on the Sports Animal, Oregon State, Loyola is your first game, 12:40 tip. Then Villanova, Baylor, Oral Roberts, Arkansas. Syracuse, Houston is really dazzling to me because Houston's good and it feels like
they're the 2 seed that no one's talking about.
All of us are not giving them credit. Yeah, it'd be like if San Diego State was a 2 last year. It feels like this is how it'd be. Well, yeah, but are they that good? Who do they play? They, by every account, JJ, and it makes me sick. Rutgers had them and just couldn't make free throws, but they survived. I mean, Joe Valvano said it: survive and advance. And so I'm going to give them all the credit in the world. Here they are. Houston's the 2 seed that nobody's given a lot of credit, and they could just walk in the Final Four and go, and what? Yeah. Like look at us. No, seriously.
Like we're kind of supposed to be here as a 2 seed. So
Yep. Who's giving them any credit? I mean, we talked about that bottom right, and we mentioned every team but them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are absolutely dangerous. The teams that I don't feel as confident in, even though we're not picking Houston, it's Villanova and UCLA. And I think that the time has come for those teams in the Sweet 16.
They're 11 and 12 seeds too, right? I mean, we're talking Syracuse is this 11. You talk Oregon State is a 12, but I mean, in reality, well, Nova's a 5, right? Nova's a 5. But the reason nobody's on Nova is because they lost their point guard, the best player in Gillespie. But look, he's a hell of a coach. Now, to Jerry's point yesterday, they've gotten through a 12 and a 13. They've beaten Winthrop, and they've beaten North Texas. Okay. Look, everybody's a champion at this time. Nothing's easy. But I'm going to guess Baylor and Arkansas are going to be a different beast for them to get through the next two.
Yes.
They're not
the time has come for Villanova.
Yeah. The UCLA piece is interesting because now they played 3. They beat a Michigan State team that was iffy all year. They beat a nice Drake team. I'm sorry, a nice BYU team. A nice team. I don't know that I thought BYU was that good. And then they beat a 14 seed Abilene Christian. Now they get some athletes. Now they get Alabama. Dan, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. How you living, Dan?
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Excellent, Dan. What's up?
Well, I think you saw my bracket, Jeff. I had Gonzaga, Texas, and they winning
Dan's
it all.
bracket. Yeah, you had all Texas. Yep.
Yeah, so I still got 3 of the 4. I think Alabama's going to be tough, but Arkansas, that's a tough group right there. They do have a shot at it all, but yeah, you're talking about Houston. I think I'm one of the only guys I know that has Houston to take it all.
Yeah, so, because you're on that all Texas thing.
All I can say, huh?
You're on that all Texas thing.
I'm on the Texas train, baby.
Yep.
Sounds like it.
So all I have to say is go Cougars. Guys, have a great weekend.
See you. All right, 505-246-0610. Keep them coming. We'll talk a little more NCAA college basketball when we come back.
Well, another train you can get on. How about the fitness train? Let me tell you a little bit about F45 functional training. F45 is high-intensity circuit training classes in 45 minutes. I love it. It's no wasted time when you show up to class. You're in it, you get your warm-out, you knock out your workout. F45 has been fantastic, and I always tell you, you're looking to kickstart your fitness, challenge yourself. Well, now I'm really going to live it. Yeah, I've been going to F45, but this weekend I'm starting a 45-day challenge because I need that extra accountability right now. I need to get myself back into better shape after what this last year has presented for all of us. So I'm telling you about it, and I'm going to be living it even more so you can follow along and you can see if this is something you want to do. Check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app so you can sign up for your 7-day free trial, no strings attached. Take a look at the classes. They have classes 7 days a week, and it's a new workout every single day. So it's something that's going to help push your mind and body forward. They clean before and after classes, the entire gym. You have sanitizing wipes with you so you can quickly wipe down your kettlebells, your dumbbells, whatever it is. Jump to your next set. So you just focus on your workout in a good atmosphere. Clean, safe is still key right now. Get it in, get out, and feel good about yourself. They're located at 5920 Holly Northeast, so Paseo I-25 area. Very good access from wherever you're coming from in the city. Check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app. Once you get in there, you're going to enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I'm telling you, follow along. And what I'm saying, you'll see. The results are going to be real. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
That earlier crash on Avenida Cesar Chavez east of Broadway has been cleared. Eastbound Cerrillos Road at Navajo Drive is
here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Greg Shamus at 505-898-3648 today.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to NewMexicoHighlands.com today.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Plan your adventure at WNMU.edu.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Baling.
Hi, my name is Greg Shemus. We are both State Farm agents, and like a good neighbor, we are thrilled to be able to support the return of high school sports in New Mexico.
We've got your back. Go teams.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ashley Duran in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ashley Duran in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Meet Cynthia Baling. She's a State Farm agent, which means she's here to help with all this. But it's easier to just remember she's here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Cynthia Baling in Albuquerque at 505-292-3934.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer Zero for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. DCE
That's what the man just said. My corn's hurt. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, Micah, and Alden. And ho to you, man. How you feeling? Yeah, that's right. You got no air in your head.
I'm a little lightheaded.
Yeah, that's right. That's how that works. All right, NCAA tournament resumes with the Sweet 16. NIT Final Four is set. Colorado State, North Carolina State. This is all Saturday. Who's gonna watch the NIT on Saturday? Like, with all due respect. No, really.
No, it's a tough. They should absolutely do it opposite the NCAA tournament at this point in time. Like, why you can play these games Monday, no problem.
Well, I know the issue is they're all down there and they want to get this efficiently done and get them out of there, and they're all in the same. But what do we, like? So typically there'd have been another round, and this would be the time where they're flying to New York, and then they would do it next Tuesday and Thursday, or Tuesday and whatever. But who's watching? I mean, aside from the team, the fans, Colorado State, Memphis, and Mississippi State, Louisiana Tech on Saturday against the NCAA tournament. You watching Syracuse, Houston, or Roberts, Arkansas? Or are you watching that? Louisiana Tech versus Mississippi State.
That is, I'm watching that. I'm watching the women's tournament, and then I'll get to the NIT.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Good for them.
How about Iowa, Connecticut on the women's side this weekend? By the way,
you got
two best players in the country. The freshman leading scorer at Iowa, and Paige Beckers at Connecticut. That's going to be fantastic.
Have you watched more women's basketball tournament this year than typical year? Now that you are the voice of the Lady Lobos, have you found yourself watching more? Yeah,
and I am enjoying it as well.
Yeah, no, it's actually been enjoyable. I remember there was a day, and it wasn't long ago, and maybe some of you were still there. I can't watch the women's game, and that's cool. I mean, I'm never going to tell you what to like and how to be a fan, but the game has come a long way. The way it's presented has come a long way. If you don't, if you need your basketball above the rim, this isn't for you. I'm down with that, and that's fine. But it's some of these games that have come down the end of that Texas A&M. Who Texas A&M beat the other day?
Iowa State.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Well, the players are good. The athletes are fantastic across the board, and for me, it's not just calling women's basketball games now. I have a much better appreciation for the sport, but it's the people I know. And it's like Heather Dyke at the University of New Mexico, the women's coach, all the stuff she's done in her career, how nice of a person she is, being around that program the last 2 years. It's support
Yvonne.
Women's sports, athletics.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. They're good people. It's exciting, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and I have such a respect for the athletes because it is a harder run, and watching a female athlete in my household just kind of come up and try to do the things the boys are doing, and they can. And you get so caught up in your own world sometimes, and it's worth a look. I'm not telling you got to like it. I'm not telling you to love it and do your thing. But it's different than it was 15, 20 years ago. And it's worth a look. All right, the men's side. Give me the most – is Syracuse the most likely double-digit seed to advance to the Elite Eight? The answer is yes, right?
Yes.
Or do you think it's Oregon State?
So I'm going to, as we just discussed, we need to give Houston more credit. I'm going to not give them credit in this because I think Syracuse beats them, and I like Loyola over Oregon State.
So I'm going to tell you the most likely to me is Oregon State. But there's a real chance we have an 11-12 showdown in the Elite Eight to go to the Final Four. I don't know that we've ever had two double-digit seeds
this deep
at the Elite Eight level, like going at each other. You probably had two double-digit seeds in the Elite Eight, but not necessarily in the same side of the bracket. I don't know. The safest field is Gonzaga, is it not?
To me, it's Baylor.
Or is it Baylor? Okay.
I think it's Baylor.
I think Arkansas could play with Baylor. I think Nova gives Baylor a shot. But Baylor's so crazy athletic. Let me tell you, Creighton is not a pushover. Creighton can score all over the floor. That was a team going into the tournament where I thought that their blowout to Georgetown was a one-game blip. And I saw bits of Creighton all year. I like the way they play. Now, I don't think they're athletic enough and deep enough to get by Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga gets through them. But let me tell
Gonzaga
you.
wins by 15.
Okay. All right. Okay. The SC Oregon game, the athletes that are on the floor, whoever comes out of the USC Oregon game, gives Gonzaga a problem. I think Gonzaga still gets through. But that, as much as everybody wants to see Michigan, Florida State, USC Oregon's fantastic.
Yes. Where are you leaning in that one?
On the SC game, I'm leaning SC. I'm leaning USC. Now,
they have the advantage in the front court.
Yeah, I give
Mobley,
Oregon
but I like Will Richardson is back. He was fantastic against Iowa. Chris Duarte, top 30 prospect. Ducks. I'm leaning Ducks.
All right. What would get me to lean Ducks is if you're going to ask me, do I like Dana Altman or Andy Enfield, the head coaches? And I've watched. Now, look, Andy Enfield got Florida Gulf Coast to the Sweet 16. And Parlay didn't do a job. And he can recruit his butt off. Dana Altman, I think, is terrific this time of year. I like SC. I like the run they're on. I love what they're doing athletically. I love both the Mobleys. I think they're deep enough. I don't know. I think they're incredibly deep. This game will not surprise me either way. This is when and I had this game on my bracket. I think, but I got SC. I had SC going to the Elite Eight the whole time, and I'm going to stay with SC.
I like the Ducks. I think it's going to be a great game though. But I'm going Ducks.
Yeah, that's going to be a Sunday game. That one's good. You don't think UCLA can play with Alabama, do you?
I don't.
Tell you what, athletically, UCLA should be really good. I've loved Alabama since I first really kind of take a look at them in mid-January. I just think what Oates has done there is terrific. I love their depth. I agree with you on Alabama. I think it ends for UCLA.
I think UCLA is similar to Maryland. Like, yeah, you have a solid team. There's some good players. And Alabama just scored 96 points on Maryland. I think they're going to do the same thing in UCLA.
You think they're going to put up that many? Okay. All right. 505-246-0610. So you can start over. There's 16 teams left. Who's your Final Four now as we go into the weekend? You got that's what you got left. Okay? You got 16 teams. It's easier now. You got to pick 1 out of 4 in each side. This should be easy. At this point, I'm going Alabama, Gonzaga, which I did off the top. And I'm going Arkansas. God, that's just so. Who did I decide on the bottom? Did I decide Loyola?
Are you going Oregon State, Syracuse, Houston?
I'm making a case for all of them. I guess I think I'm going Loyola. I don't know. Sister Jean, man. By the way, did I tell you that I saw the Sister Jean bobblehead on the interwebs for just $25? Feels like it.
That's fair. Feels like it could be more.
It feels like a steal, doesn't it? Sister Jean bobblehead, right there on the interwebs. You can get one too.
Maybe we get that and bring that to Lobo games. That'll help us out.
You think it'll help and just kind of paint it in cherry and silver instead of that maroon and gold?
I don't know if you can steal that magic.
You can try, man. I mean, it's almost worth it. Look, you're wearing Loyola colors today.
Yeah.
Just
CMU.
Just imagine that story, though. New Mexico starts winning because of Sister Jean bobblehead.
Wouldn't that be great? They painted this. Is that almost sacrilege? I don't know.
You might go down the wrong path there.
It might be a curse.
It might end apart.
Yeah. It might be the curse of Sister Jean. How dare you?
People are missing
Sister Jean's bubble.
I don't know if you want to mess with that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. You better be able to have a vision and see it. I could see it. You know why I could see it? Because I had LASIK at Coleman Vision. Dr. Coleman performed my LASIK back in 2003. One of the best decisions I have ever made in my life. If you're thinking about LASIK surgery, you're tired of wearing lenses, your glasses are fogging up because you have to wear a mask, you don't want to deal with the solution of your contacts, putting them in, all that stuff. Look, I was there. I went and saw Dr. Coleman, and I was diagnosed with a high degree of astigmatism, which is one of the things that he specializes in taking care of with the technology that he uses, that he plays a significant part in developing. And it's used all over the country, all over the world. It's originated right here at Sandia Labs in New Mexico. Coleman Vision is well, it's just a different spot. You go in there and the feeling, you know it the second you walk in the door. You know it's different. You know it's special. And then you meet with Dr. Coleman, and he'll take a look at you. And if you're a candidate, he'll explain to you what it is. And then if you're not a candidate for LASIK, he's going to tell you that too. But if you've been thinking about it, call Coleman Vision and make an appointment and go in and see them. I told you about my experience. I was dealing with the contacts and the lenses and the glasses and putting it on with my makeup and all that when I was anchoring the news. And it was 4 o'clock in the morning. So I went in and I had my surgery at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Opened my eyes immediately afterwards. I saw the difference and anchored without lenses at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I haven't worn lenses since. Coleman Vision has become family. You're going to understand that when you walk in the door. Just the way they greet you, the way they treat you. Everybody is a candidate for this. Whether you're a nurse, an athlete, a housewife, a lawyer, a doctor, a common idiot like me, Coleman Vision is for you. ColemanVision.com is the website. Go there, take a look and see what they do. And then call and make an appointment. 505-821-8880. That's area code 505-821-8880. Seeing is believing, and I sure as heck believe.
Staples has everything. These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ashley Duran in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Meet Cynthia Bailing. She's a State Farm agent, which means she's here to help with all this. But it's easier to just remember she's here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Cynthia Bailing in Albuquerque at 505-292-3934.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more. DCE Systems is the certified sprayer for purified protected environments, which is the Novolent distributor for the state of New Mexico and El Paso. DCE Systems wants to help schools reopen and keep the students, teachers, and staff safe. We also help every business reopen and keep their employees and customers safe as well. Don't just disinfect. Novolent antimicrobial technology provides ongoing residual protection against bacteria and viruses and is proven to last up to 90 days. Call us today at 505-270-6098 or go to dcesystemslnc.com. Ask us about our 24-hour hand sanitizer called Shield Plus.
Style roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style roofing tops them all.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Art Sandoval in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A university dedicated to anticipating your needs through support, offering you a sense of belonging and promise you loyalty. This is where those ideas are possible. We learn about the world, about each other, about ourselves, unfazed by our differences and driven by our goals. We all work as one cohesive family, as a community. We are the movers and shakers, inventors and innovators, future leaders and glass ceiling breakers. We push ourselves to move forward, together.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that could happen?
No! Bad dog! Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Jean's pep talks have to be epic in that locker room.
So how are they received, right? Because she does talk to the team, and I'm sure there's this reverence for her, and obviously she's held in quite esteem, and I'm going to assume it's not simply because she's 101 years old, right? There's obviously a lot to Sister Jean, but when she's giving you a pep talk, like I wonder how it's and everybody on the record will tell you, oh, it's inspiring, it's great, right? It's got to be, it's what you have to say. But I wonder what like the boys are just hanging out and like, damn, you hear what Jean said? Like, does that happen or is that sack? No, honestly.
No, she probably rolls in to that locker room, takes off her glasses, and says, "Don't y'all disappoint me. You know the kind of reputation I have. Let's get it done."
Does she drop any F-bombs?
Goes out.
Hey, Coach. Sister Jean kind of rambled on.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I just. How do you think? Like you're a really good college basketball player, and they roll her in, and Don't play down to your opponent. I know your heart. You're going to win. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go run through. Maybe, dude. I don't know.
100%. She rolls in there and be like, hey, this is I'm the one. Like, I'm the famous one. You do not
Do you know
let
who
me
I
down.
am? Yeah. Yeah, nobody
who's on
around the
screen
country.
more?
That's
It's
right.
me. Y'all better play up. Don't play down. Play up.
Nobody around the country knows the name of one player on this
Ain't
team.
talking about you, Cameron. They ain't talking about you here. They're talking about me.
That's right. You look like you're getting my meat at Walmart. They're stocking the shelves. I mean, nobody knows who you are. You don't have your own damn bobblehead. I'm Sister Jean. Listen to me.
Don't mess this up for me.
I mean, if you hit, everybody in America's got a bracket, right? I mean, not everybody, but I'm going to guess 75% of people in America have a bracket. You think that's too much? Let's just go with that number, just for argument's sake. So there's 330 million people in this country. So that's 75, 150, let's just say 225 million, 230 million people have a bracket. How many people can name one player on Loyola? They might have them in their bracket, but how many people can name one player? I'm going to tell you 2% at the max can name their coach. And I think that's high. But they all know Sister Jean. They all know Sister Jean. That's insane. Anybody else have is there anything like that? Can you think of anything like that in sports? Where somebody associated with the institution but absolutely not associated with the basketball pro or the athletic program to which, whether it's football, can you think of anybody like that?
Well, there was Barrel Man. There was like the Denver Bronco version.
Are they letting that fool in the locker room to give a? All right,
no,
is that fool going in the locker room to give it?
There's been like prominent fans, but I don't think anyone has ever like gotten to the point of pregame pep talk.
Dude, so your boy Ralph, who sends the surf reports from San Diego. By the way, it's crappy surf today. Las Vegas Bowl years ago, he's got a story about how he went into the locker room at halftime to try to give a drunken speech. He actually got almost into the room. He got to the door of the locker room.
Well, there was a Mo for the Ravens. Do you remember that?
What?
That little kid who had cancer that the Ravens let in to talk to him, and then he passed away this past year.
Okay,
that's
I
the
don't remember
that's the closest I can.
All right, no, that's good. If that, yeah, there's nothing like her. And did Mo have his own bobblehead? I'm just saying. It's the opening drive. We're on ProView Networks at 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. Oh, it's one of your favorite sweet deals. It's available. Yeah, dude. Ralph, in a Las Vegas Bowl, Aztecs were losing. He was pissed and drunk, and how he somehow got on the field and got to the locker room, got to the door. He was going to give his team a speech, and they're like, "Who the hell are you? Get the hell out of here!"
I don't know, a Euro with New Mexico twist with some green chili or some green chili feta fries, and thinking I need to get $25 to spend so I can get $50 worth of gift certificates. You guys got great stuff.
Yes, definitely, and our flame grilled kebabs are definitely the star of the show, I would say.
Yeah, and is there really something called National Something on a Steak Day that's coming up this week?
Yes, there is. So it's kebabs will be half price all day.
I let people know where Cello Grill is and where, when they get this $50 for just $25, where they can go.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog! Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Seven o'clock in the morning. 7 a.m. where have you been? 7 a.m. where is your brother?
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with two-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Buck.
So I got a little correction for you on the Ralph story, JJ. We're just talking, I told you Ralph, San Diego State fan, gives us a surf report regularly. He said, correction, I was in the locker room just about to speak when it was suggested I leave. They should have let me talk. They would have won. He was upset at halftime of the Las Vegas Bowl that how his team was playing, and got onto the field with that great Las Vegas Bowl security back in the day and made his way into the locker room and was about to speak, and he was in the locker, and they're like, who the hell are you? Like, maybe you shouldn't be here.
Yeah, that might have not gone well.
That's what I worked on my security at the New Mexico Bowl.
He's like, Rocky, step aside. Rocky, I got this.
No, I think this was even before Rocky. I think
Oh, it was
this
before Rocky. Okay.
I want to say it was. This was
Brady Hoke. What are we doing? What are we dealing with?
Might have been a Brady Hoke. Who was before Brady Hoke?
They went to a bowl game before Brady Hoke?
It was Tom Kraft. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was right around that. Anyway, welcome to it. 505-246-0610. Ran out a tough day, JJ. Sent me an email, jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. He said, that was tough, Jeffy. After a year working from home, I had to get up this morning and go into the office for an in-person business meeting. I forgot what rush hour traffic was like. Welcome to reality. It's what you've wanted.
Thought I was going to say, forgot to wear pants.
Yeah, that probably happened too. I forgot to put on my pants. Albuquerque rush hour traffic. That's right. You forgot what it was like. I mean, I'll tell you some stories about traffic. Back when, never mind. All right, Edward, good morning. You are on the Friday Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Good. I already know how the weather is. What's happening?
Rando's a superstar.
Rando's a superstar. That's a great story. I love that story. I was at a Cheesecake Factory in Marina Del Rey. Rando's a superstar. Yeah.
Awesome. I share that on our sports threads, when the Lakers were making their run. And my friends, as I'm not a Laker fan, but I'm a LeBron fan, so I was rooting for him. And they were like, what do we do with Rando? And I'd be like, Rando, he's a superstar.
Rando's
credit
a
to Jeff
superstar.
Siembieda and Cheesecake Factory, of course. A staple in our diet.
James
Boy, what a tapestry of topics. Let me say this, Jeff. Your illustration of your daughter's confidence building and the mechanisms you used and sports in general was so well stated this morning, Jeff. You know, I'm not buttering you up. It actually was. You should record that and go on tour and share that with parents, because I think a lot of parents feel the same way. But the effect, the positive effect and uplifting of people's spirits, and it's a cornerstone and a great foundation in life for these young kids as they gain confidence and then move forward into different things in life. So thank you for sharing that. I was elated to hear it, and it was very well spoken.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I didn't know if it was Micah's last day today. You know, Micah has what we call
Nor does he.
in the corporate environment leverage. You have corporate leverage right now, Micah, because you're kind of needed in this capacity, but you're venturing into a new job. So you might want to just exercise that leverage and ask for a raise. Go in there and ask for a raise, and ask when you're getting your bonus. That's a great way to start your career. But
yes,
I did get the bat signal for the Costco cake. We'll have to, once things open up fully, we'll have libations and cake at some point to celebrate the greatness of Micah. The NCAA tournament, the old adage is the first weekends for the small schools and the upsets, and the second and third weekends are for the blue belts. And the bellwether, the bellwether,
blue bloods,
blue bloods, exactly, or blue belts for that matter.
Yeah.
So I think teams, the favorites are going to prevail, but I'd like to see the upsets. And by the way, Sister Christian, which not only was a great song, I believe in 1985 by Night Ranger.
Motorin'.
I think I paid $12.50 to see them at Tingley Coliseum. I think they had torn down the Civic Auditorium at that point, but $12.50 to go to a concert. Can you believe that?
Good days.
It was awesome, and we loved every minute of it, which is another song by Loverboy, I believe.
Loving every minute of it.
As we walk down to 80s pop music, you talked about iconic figures. The San Diego Chicken, I remember distinctly, it would even come to the sports stadium at times, and it would travel the country, and I'm assuming that it was the San Diego Padres mascot, but that was iconic. And then hopefully Sean, the New York Jets Sean fan, calls in, because there's Fireman Ed, and he'd get a little bombastic in the stands.
Ooh, that's good.
But there's a if we put our mind to it, remember that a black gentleman that would stand in the Cowboy end zone? I think his name was Ray, and he would dress up in a cowboy suit. He had one of those stick horses.
Yep. Yep. Well, those are like all like fan mascots, but I don't think they let those guys in the locker room to give speeches. The Chicken, a gentleman named Ted Gianolis was his name. It started out with a radio station in San Diego, KGB, and he was the KGB Chicken. It was a radio station mascot that started going to Padre games, and I think he was embroiled in some sort of lawsuit, and he became the San Diego Chicken and became famous. But he was a radio station mascot initially that went out to San Diego's, at the time, Jack Murphy Stadium, and Ted Gianolis then turned that character into one of those traveling minor league ballpark characters and made his living off of it.
Iconic. And I would be remiss if I didn't have a New England Patriot take, but Malcolm Butler signed with Arizona. By the way, Arizona is going to be nuts out this year. They're going to be so good.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, Malcolm Butler made the most iconic defensive
No
play
doubt.
in the
Made the best
101-year
play.
history of the NFL. When loss was almost a certainty, turned into a catapult and an inflection point for the second dynastic run by the Patriots. So winning 5 of the last 7, or actually Brady's won 5 of the last 7, but winning those next 4 Super Bowls. So
Yep.
I'm happy for Malcolm Butler. Guys, have a great weekend.
Yeah,
Enjoy
you
the
too.
weather. I know you know the weather report, and thank you for letting me share my thoughts.
Later. I'd argue that Malcolm Butler made the best play in the history of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was
You gotta
the game sealing play.
And if you when I say what's the best play in the history of the Super Bowl, everybody's going to go Lynn Swann's catch or the touchdown that beat the Steelers the Steelers beat the Cardinals or John Taylor from Joe Montana. I think best
Toe
play in the
tap,
history of the Super
the
Bowl.
helmet catch. There's
Yeah,
good plays. That was really like a defining. There was nothing else after that.
I'll tell you, that was the best play in the history of the Super Bowl. There's been 55 Super Bowls. I'm going to tell you, I think that was the best play in the history of it. Bruin James, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, James.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good morning. Excellent.
What's
up?
It's a very Bruin day today.
What does that even mean?
The Bruins. We're gonna do it.
All right.
We're gonna beat Alabama, and we're gonna beat whoever, and we're gonna make it to the Final Four, bro.
There'll be Michigan or Florida State on the other side of that. All right.
Hey, we're riding a high, guys. We're on fire. We're on fire. We're gonna play some good ball. We've been playing some good ball lately, and we're gonna do it, bro.
All right. Let's talk about it on Monday and see where you're going. Hopefully, you're still playing.
Yes, sir. What do you think? I think they're gonna win.
I think Alabama's going to end the run. I'd like to see them win, but I think Alabama's better than they are.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
that's just me,
on
though.
Monday.
What do I know?
And KGB in San Diego, 101.5, the rock station.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. They still sponsor the big fireworks show, the air show, the KGB air show, which,
Yes.
you know, when San Diego State gets 50,000 people in the Murph every year for one game against Central Arkansas, it's because of the KGB air show.
And, yeah. All right, bro. You guys have a good one.
Later.
Go Bruins.
It's a Bruin day. I didn't even know what that meant.
It's a Bruin day. It's a Bruin day.
Well, every day is a Bruin day. I
day,
didn't
bro. It's good.
even know what that meant. All right,
Bruins
keep 'em coming. I
another
got
Send the Sons of Westwood home crying after the Crimson Tide get done with them this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. So Blue Bloods. Could the second weekend's for the Blue Belts or the Blue Blood? What about the Blue Jays? Ooh, could it be for the Blue Jays? Creighton Blue Jays. They play Gonzaga. I'm gonna guess not, but maybe. No? Okay. 505-246-0610. Keep them coming. I got emails for you. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Facebook pages where you can watch the ProView Networks stream. Alden's producing there with his Freshie. You can go to our Facebook page, The OD in the AM. That's the best Freshie I've seen Micah's was good. Like, Micah changed his look, but I didn't even know who that dude was when he walked in. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610 Sports Animal.
Telling it like it is.
That's not great.
The Herd with
When you're in a hurry, Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog! Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
A rogue virus. No jobs. Sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Hayes. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Tucson, Arizona.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Greg Martinez. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Hi, I'm Marilena Fernandez. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
The New Mexico Army National Guard is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school athletics.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Meet Greg Shamus. He's a State Farm agent, which means he's here to help with all this. But it's easier to just remember he's here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Greg Shamus at 505-898-3648 today.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to NewMexicoHighlands.com today.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice.
Ball tonight, Rio Rancho, Cleveland, El Dorado, La Cueva. I mean, all over the state. Then we're talking stories about watching your kids play. Ed just sent me a text a little while ago. He says, JJ, He says, I loved playing, man. Truly loved every second, but watching my kids is that times a million. I can't agree more. 100%. Like I miss playing so much, but watching your kid is it's what it does is so cool. And all the stuff that it teaches. I'm a big fan of it and always will be, and I'm convinced 100%. This is a question. I don't know where I would go. So we're the Midwest, right? Who's coming out? Loyola, Oregon State, Syracuse, and Houston. All right. That feels like the biggest one that's up in the air. This is a pretty big question too. Mike just sent this to me. JJ, spin the producer wheel. Who will be behind the glass Monday? Micah, Vital, Bobcat, or the field?
I'm going to go Micah.
All right. I think I will too. If I change that to next Friday, where would you go?
I think I'd go the Bobcat.
That's a hard one, right? I don't know either.
That long.
I'm going with Alden. New haircut.
Yeah.
Maybe he could do it. Maybe he could do both.
One of those guys. Sure.
Yeah, just get ProView back here in our studio. They can do
it all from there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the toughest question I've had today. This is from John. Malcolm Butler may have been the greatest play in NFL history, but it was prefaced by the worst play call ever. Beast mode had to be pissed. All that's right. All that's right. I mean, for wherever there's a yin, there's a yang, right? Wherever there's something that happened, there's a reason that it happened. I mean, you can tell me it was the stupidest call, fine. But as far as, to me, the greatest play in the history of the Super Bowl, I go straight to Malcolm Butler. I mean, I'm listening. You got a better one?
I think if you're looking for the finality of it, in fact, they won the game, you get the ball back, take the knee, it's it. Because there's the plays that jump out in recent memory to me. Of course, helmet catch. I think Julian Edelman's catch in the comeback is up there. It was phenomenal that he made in traffic, but it was things that you still had to have so much happen after the fact on those specific plays.
Final, like the Mike Jones tackle the Rams to beat the Tennessee Titans 1 yard short of the end zone was a big play, but okay. This swung everything. This swung everything. You, me, I, they, everybody was thinking. The finality. It won the Super Bowl. And not just won the Super Bowl. It completely swung where everything that was 99% going to happen.
Yeah, and you just think about it from the legendary standpoint and what it means for Tom Brady.
Right. It's kept Russell Wilson from being a two-time Super Bowl champ. It gave Tommy, whatever that was, his fourth, I think, at the time, but he's got 7. He'd only have 6. And I think of Montana to Taylor to beat I think it was the Bengals in that Super Bowl. That was a great one. The Lynn Swann catches are amazing. There's the catch was it Santonio Holmes in the end zone, Steelers to beat the Cardinals, right? That was the toe tap. That was terrific. But that they were driving like you expected that to happen. This was the other team was driving in the last minute of the game. They were at the 1 yard line. They had at the time the best power running back in football, and they're going to give it to him. And Seattle's winning this game. Like it's over. And boom, it just swung everything the other way on a great play, by the way, on a great play. To me, the greatest, most impactful play in the history of the Super Bowl. And it was made on defense.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it, too, is just we get to see Richard Sherman's face and all the highlights after it. Just that, like, I don't even describe that feeling. Just the unbelievable shock of that moment.
How about the look of Pete Carroll on that? You know, on the Rome show, there was that caller that one time. There's a big big duty in his pants. I mean, it looks like the Pete Carroll looks like there's a big duty in his pants.
The gum chewing slows down a little bit. It's just like
open mouth agape. Check myself. I think I just pooped myself. Yes, I mean that's. That's Bobby Thompson's home run in 51. Giants win the pennant. I wasn't around then, but you saw it, right? Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant. Bobby Thompson hit it. That's that moment. That's give me another one. Give me another one. That's Christian Laettner. Even though that didn't win a championship, that's that's that moment. It just swung everything. That's the put back in the Valvano game, right? The Lorenzo Charles put back in the game in the pit. It's, to me, I've thought about this a lot. I mean, Edwards says the greatest defensive play in the history of the Super Bowl. To me, that's the greatest play in the history of the Super Bowl.
I like
just
it.
because of what it did historically, swung the game. I mean, everybody. That game was over the other way. The game was over the other way, and that happened. Lobo Hobo says, Jeff, what a hoe. Has there been a producer whose hoe has improved over time more than Micah? I don't think so, man. I mean, now you today was impressive. I think you got a late start, but I heard it. But you needed to win today. You needed to win the hoe today. Not that it's a competition. It's a participation. But I think Michael kind of did it half-assed at times. She was sleepy. Right, Joe always had a good hoe because it was kind of his thing. So he had a terrific hoe. Hoser was good, but he had a limited ceiling on the hoe, right? But Micah's hoe, you're Daniel Ferris improvement from freshman year to senior year on the hoe.
Ooh, I'll never be as good as yours, but hey, I got there.
Yeah, it's not Cam Bairstow improvement, but certainly Daniel Ferris improvement.
All conference level, yeah.
Yeah, all conference. Maybe not first round pick, but all conference.
Ooh, I'll take second round pick.
Yeah, I'll take second. Is that guaranteed money? Well, maybe not, but I'll take second.
I'm just glad to be on the bench.
Yeah, no, that was a good hoe today. Who the heck is going to be back there next week? And are we going to recognize Alden when he shows up with with his Bronco hat on? I mean, I don't even. Does your hat fit anymore? Do you have to
right? It's getting you
seriously.
Who's that? Cut off that much hair.
I'd wear a smaller fitted sized hat when I went bald than I did when I had some hair. It's the way it is. All right, 505-246-0610. Keep them coming. I want to get into the NCAA tournament. We got the NFL stuff. What do you think of the NFL trying to take over the Friday of Thanksgiving? They own Thanksgiving Day. Friday's been for college football. They're talking about a featured game on Friday. I want to talk that through as well because I'm not in love with it. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't love it. Spring break is coming. Spring is here. Maybe you've had spring break. Maybe you've got spring break coming up. That's the time where you load up the kids, the dog. You hit the road, you have some fun, especially now when you need to get away. Then you get back home and the vehicle is filthy. I mean, just filthy on the outside and filthy on the inside too. Call On the Spot Automotive Detailing. That should be one of the first calls you make when you get back. You might even still have sand and salt from the winter sitting there damaging your paint. On the Spot Automotive Detailing gets rid of all of that, and you do not have to take it to them. You don't take it anywhere. They come to you wherever, whenever it's convenient, whether that's at home, whether that's at the office, or maybe that's the same place these days. They will come and give your vehicle a thorough cleaning inside and out. Sand, salt from the winter, stains, spills, pet hair, stink, all gone. When they're done, they spend an hour plus detailing your vehicle. Your vehicle looks and feels and smells like the day you took it off the lot. This is one of the best things you can do for your investment and for you. On the Spot Automotive Detailing, call them at 505-859-2859. 505-859-2859 or visit OTSdetailing.com.
Somebody's got to pull Arizona off of Houston.
There's only one road.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough. Backed by by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters! It's like it never happened!
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
A rogue virus. No jobs. Sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he...
Watch more football.
Still got Howie on the line.
You eat and you watch some football. What do you think about a game on Black Friday? We're going to get into that in the NFL. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, J.J. Buck. Let's go to the phones because he's been patiently holding, and flat out I forgot that he was there. I'm not gonna lie. Mike had told me going in, and I just talked through that whole segment and forgot we had someone on the line. Howard, good morning. Sorry about that. That's all on Micah. He's short timing it.
I don't mind waiting, guys. The banter is very entertaining.
Good. Glad you enjoyed
Very
it.
entertaining.
What's happening?
Now, let's talk about morning show producers. Top three: Michael Ann, Hoser, and then Micah has now entered the ranks of the top three. My favorite of all time, though, was Michael Ann, and I guess it's because I got to have some beers with her at a birthday bash one year. She was a sweetheart. I really enjoyed her. Hoser, if you're listening, you should have worked harder, man, because you never want to come up short on the hoe. That's really disappointing, Hoser. You should have worked a little harder on that.
So if we have some beers, I'll become number one?
Maybe.
Nobody can take Michael Ann out of number one slot. She was a sweetheart, wasn't she, guys?
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
But
no doubt. And she...
Micah, you're right. Now, see, I already had Mike Trujillo unfriend me on Facebook because I made him mad. Now Micah's my new friend this week, and he's probably going to unfriend me now because he's not going to be number one.
I'm number 3. I'm number 3.
Hey, a moment in history occurred today on the morning show. Did you guys not realize that?
What was that?
The articulation of the Crusher escaped him for a moment. Blue Buds, Blue Bell, Blue what? He was
Blue
stumbling
whatevers,
all over
yeah.
it, wasn't he?
He was.
Blue
That wasn't a first.
dabba-dee.
Yeah, blue, blah, 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 blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue Bayou.
But you know what,
Blame it on
Mike, I imagine he'll be there on Monday, and I don't know if Jeff and JJ will agree with me, but I think this is your assignment for Monday.
Ooh.
After, Bruin
still here.
James, I mean, his Bruins have had a steady diet of a teenager. They've been dining on cupcakes. Come Monday, I think that you should probably, if you get them on hold through a break, come in with the intro music of Sweet Home Alabama. See how that goes. And I'm not trying to piss him off because I like him. I think his calls are good. But wouldn't that be a good intro? That's your assignment for Monday, Micah. Everybody have a great weekend. Looking forward to basketball this weekend, guys. Later.
See you, Howie. All right, so that's what you're going to do. Sweet Home Alabama for James if they get beat by Alabama. What if they win?
Oh.
You do I Love L.A.? You do the Bruin fight song? What do you do?
UCLA.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, the 8 clap they call it. 8 clap. They do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You. Yeah, that's how they do that. They call it their 8 clap. See, everybody's got their thing. What do Lobos have? Everyone's a Lobo. Woof woof woof. Are we gonna go back? Oh, remember that was a big topic a long time ago. Woof woof woof. That's what the Lobos have. All right, Ralph is in. Who was the coach of that Las Vegas Bowl? It was Ted Tollner.
Oh, jeez.
It was a San Diego State. And
What's this?
Ralph said he called him on the house phone at the MGM Grand when he got back to the hotel. You need fans and you need alum and you need supporters. You just don't need that.
Okay.
I'm just
well,
saying.
I had someone send us a message talking about Matthew McConaughey and his role at the University of Texas. It's kind of in
quite
that
significant,
Sister
yeah.
Jean realm with what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fair point.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's good.
Minister
That's
of
good.
Culture.
I think that's good. All right. All right, the NFL's talking about a Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday game. Bob Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, was talking with Peter King of NBC Sports. And he said that there's a good chance that they would put a game on Black Friday and it would be streamed by Amazon. And I guess Amazon's taking over that Thursday Night Football package in 2023, so it's not even going to be on NFL Network or CBS Fox anymore. He said Amazon wanted more from us, and they'll dedicate tremendous resources to make it work for them and for us. Who knows? Maybe we'll play a game on Black Friday, their biggest shopping day of the year. Like, it's a big college day, right? You get really good college. I think Arizona State play that day.
Terry
I
on
think
the
you
line,
get
not
the
Carrie.
egg.
Terry.
The Egg Bowl is that day. Mississippi State, or Ole Miss, Mississippi State. I know the NFL can and wants to take over the world. I'm a college guy.
Get out the way.
Yeah.
They're going to do it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so too.
We're going to have to deal with it. Who knows where we're going to have to start finding some of these games. It's going to get a little challenging. You're telling me I have to find Tubi? Like, they're going to put the Jacksonville Jaguars on Tubi? No one's going to watch it. But, like, it's getting to that point. There's going to be
Why
all
are you saying
over
it's
the
the
place.
Jacksonville Jaguars? Why has it got to be the Jaguars?
Because it's going to be the Jaguars.
Because it always is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can be on Tubi. You can go play in London. We'll send Jacksonville. Like, they're the team that will handle all those things. It's going to get a little crazy. If you think can't get nuts trying to find the Mountain West Network, just give it 3 years to find the next NFL game.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah, isn't that the truth? Terry, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, Terry.
How you guys doing? Happy Friday. You started the show kind of early on about Lon Kruger and then mentioned Tubby Smith. The Stepping Stone School I remember is Tulsa. They had Nolan Richardson, Tubby Smith, Bill Self.
That's
all
absolutely right.
coached there, but all led another team to the national championship. And the other team that Tubby took was Georgia. I had to look that one up, but I should have remembered that's where he coached before he went on to Kentucky. He's now coaching at High Point, that infamous Power 5 school.
In North Carolina, yeah.
Yeah,
Power 5 school.
and for women's basketball, just thinking growing up, they weren't even in the NCAA until about 40 years ago. I remember AIAW, I think is what it was called. And it was Old Dominion and La Tech would battle it out. And Nancy Lieberman and Ann Donovan leading Old Dominion. And then luckily they, changed it over and got to join, the real world. But, from that standpoint, I'm glad for the future of women's sports. I was thinking when it was so horrendous when they didn't give them the weight room, I wonder if the people they put in charge had no idea, because even my daughter, you do weights. If you're a college athlete, male or female, you're going to do weights, at least 3 times a week. And if the person was just didn't have a clue or was totally ignorant or both, by not allowing them to have the proper situation, and but hopefully someday things do get better, but they still have more steps to go for the ladies. And here's one last from that standpoint. JJ, thank you. Since I still I get blocked by Jeff, seems like the old days, but that's fine. Thank you for taking some of my emails. I know some of them are way off the wall, but you guys have a great Friday and enjoy your weekend and be safe.
See you, Terry. Thanks. I don't think I block anybody. I don't
Oh,
do you get his email?
I've been trying to help him. He's trying to send you emails, but it never works. So I've been trying to help him, so they always come to me. It's nothing bad. We can't figure out why he can't send you an email.
Yeah, no, I'm not blocking anybody, man.
I'm trying to play like IT guy back here. I'm like, well, let's try this one over here.
Yeah, read them if you got them. No, I read almost all of the ones I get. Almost all of the ones I get, and I don't get his at all. All right, send them to me, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. That's Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. All right, we're going to come back and finish strong, head you into the weekend. We'll talk. I love your thoughts on the NFL stuff. I'm not a big fan of it. What's that?
I can't read that.
Shaka Smart going to Marquette.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that Marquette? So the Texas job is now open. I think that's the bigger headline there, is that the Texas job is open. And they got a lot of money. So give me names right off the top. Who do you like? I mean, is the guy?
Are you talking to Mr. Texas?
Well, I mean,
answer the question. We'll find out after this break with the big college basketball news.
Chris Jans, is that a Texas job hire? Or is it, no way, or has it got to be way bigger than that? Like does his name have to be way bigger than that? I mean, does it have to be like I mean, if you just lost your guy to Marquette, Wow. Went from Austin to Milwaukee. All right, think about that as I talk to you about International Protective Service, and I ask you every day who's watching your home, and I hope it's the good guys. IPS watches my home. International Protective Service is a security company I trust to keep my family safe. Have for years. They come by every day. They give a look through. People are going to start traveling again. You're going to be out of town. They will make sure your home is secure. They get out, do an exterior search every day, pick up the newspaper and the mail, roll the garbage cans to the curb and back on garbage day. Just give your home that lived-in look. I know a lot of you gave your business to a local company who sold out. Now you're on the brink of being bought out by a national corporate giant. You didn't want that. That's not what you signed up for. Look, IPS isn't for sale. IPS is invested here in this community. They care about your home and your business security like it's their own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what is yours. Call them today at 897-2420. It's area code 505-897-2420, or go to ipsglobal.com.
So I guess Shaka.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from YAFL to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Hayes. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Tucson, Arizona.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Greg Martinez. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Hi, I'm Marilena Fernandez. I'm with the New Mexico Army National Guard, and I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
The New Mexico Army National Guard is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school athletics.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Meet Greg Shamus. He's a State Farm agent, which means he's here to help with all this. But it's easier to just remember he's here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Greg Shamus at 505-898-3648 today.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to NewMexicoHighlands.com today.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Plan your adventure at WNMU.edu.
Extreme Clean, proud and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Baling.
Hi, my name is Greg Shamus. We are both State Farm agents, and like a good neighbor, we are thrilled to be able to support the return of high school sports in New Mexico.
We've got your back. Go teams.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ashley Duran in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited.
Does
and of
Texas
mentors
go? How long is Greg Marshall going to be out of the coaching game? He had all the success at Wichita State. He resigned in October amidst all the allegations of player abuse, which I by no means am I going to sit here and dismiss. But I don't believe for 1 second Marshall's ever going to coach again. So is his name part of this? At what point does Mark Few, if ever, go get paid and leave Gonzaga? If Mark Few wins the national championship this year, no? You say absolutely not on that?
No,
Okay.
that's elite level. Like, he doesn't have to make that move at this point in
Okay.
time. Greg Marshall his first job's not going to be at a power conference school coming out of this. Like, like Texas level. It might be, like a,
Why?
who knows, Vanderbilt. I just don't
Why?
think a school like that's going to jump at Greg Marshall, because I think it would be maybe a smaller school, kind of rehab his image and then take that jump. But I don't think he's going to be at the top of the list of Texas in this one. So you look at, all right, who could be intriguing coaches that they throw a lot of money at that are still coaching? You'd look at maybe Nate Oates, Eric Musselman, going to be in the conversation. Grant McCaskland, North Texas.
He's
probably
at
be
North
up there.
Texas, yeah. Yeah, but Grant McCaskland is really hot right now, and he's been at North Texas 4 years and put that. They won their first ever tournament game at North Texas and put him in the mix. He's there. He's recruiting the area. Keeping Texas kids at home is going to be a big deal. I'm thinking,
Could they try to
Oklahoma,
poach
Texas ties.
someone from in conference?
Who are you thinking? Chris Beard?
Chris Beard? Like, how much money are they willing
But
to
Chris
throw at
Beard's
this
a
basketball
Lubbock.
program?
Chris Beard's a Lubbock guy. Like, he's not just a Texas guy. He's a Lubbock guy. Now, that doesn't mean he's never going to leave. I know his wife really likes it in Lubbock. But, I mean, like where else would they go in conference? I think, they can go wherever they want on this thing. It's funny. I was looking back at some of the names when Chris Barnes was left, and they hired Shaka Smart, and there were names like Billy Donovan and Buzz Williams, and some of these guys. And Greg Marshall was certainly on that list. It's an intriguing one. I'm thinking Big East level coaches, and I know Shaka Smart just went to the Big East. That's a big job. That's a big job. Which job would you prefer? You're one of those, and you got a choice. Would you go to Oklahoma or would you go to Texas right now for basketball?
Texas.
Because I don't think that's why.
The city first. The university is on par with Oklahoma. It's fine, but I think Texas is just a notch above Oklahoma.
Doesn't it feel like Oklahoma's had more basketball success recently to you? I don't know that it's an easy choice either. I don't think it's a gimme, but I look at those two. They both can they both can play. They both can play. I just on the Chris Beard thing, I think there's zero chance. I think he stays at Lubbock. I think he stays where he is. What about Brad Underwood? Ryan just sent me that. Brad Underwood.
Yeah, coming from.
He was at Stephen F. Austin, and now he's at
Illinois.
Illinois. Yeah.
Put it on
Brad
the list.
and look at the job he's done. I think that's actually a great one. Ryan, thanks for that.
There's a little bit too of coming off of the we just lost as a 1 seed in the second round. two best players are probably leaving. Yeah, let's take that call from Texas.
Yeah. This is a great text from Jim. He said, Texas is a Power 5 version of UNM. They've never really had success, but the fans think they have. Basketball-wise. I think that's fair. Great expectations there. Tons of money, not like UNM. but they think that they are Duke.
Well, it's great expectations because for a while, I mean, Texas was the #1, team in the country. But
and what have they done in the postseason?
Yeah, but they just never just get it done. So that's where the expectations come from.
But you got to look at the whole season. It's not just about March.
Kind of is. It kind of is, Jerry Palm. I mean, right? How many great seasons have died in March and become not so great seasons? Oh, that's one to watch. That'll happen within a week, I would guess. Brad Under was really interesting. All right, so that happened this morning. You got all kinds of hoops on your radio, and we will have the NCAA tournament for you as we get you through this weekend. It starts tomorrow with Oregon State and Loyola, then Villanova, Baylor, Oral Roberts, Arkansas, Syracuse, and Houston. Enjoy the high school sports this weekend. Great football tonight, state cross country. Watch them on ProView Networks. Alden, terrific freshie. It's way better than the job you did, and you did a great job today, but that freshie is spectacular. Goodbye, Steve. See you. Micah, I guess we'll talk to you next week. I guess you're still on the job?
We'll see.
Hell of a hoe today, though. All right, JJ, enjoy the weekend. Have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend, Joe.
Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd after that. More local sports talk with Trulio and Carlisle. This is Sports Bar this afternoon at 4. We'll be back Monday morning with award-winning radio for you at 7 a.m. Have a great, safe weekend, boys and girls. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. See you Monday.
When you're in a hurry, Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Carcrafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition.